What's going on, yeah? I'm gonna make a video here and show you some jerseys I've got. Maybe I've shown you some before, maybe I haven't. But regardless, I think a lot of them are interesting, and so I will reach into here and grab a bunch out. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see here. Something right here. You can also see the dog on the bed too. Let's see here. Alright, start this first one. This is a basketball jersey. University of Alabama basketball. Remember when we were visiting family in Tuscaloosa at one point, and my family was out shopping. I was still at my grandparents' house, and someone sent me a picture, asked would I wear this. I said, yeah, it looks cool. So they got it for me. I like it. Let's see this. My Astros 2017 World Series Championship jersey. I got George Springer on the back. I really don't wear shirts with someone else's name on the back anymore. Not my thing. It's kind of viewed as not really a manly thing to do. But I got this before I began to feel that way. But it's cool. It's a majestic, cool base. Right. This is a majestic. This is the batting practice 3/4 sleeve pullovers they had in like 2017 or so. I liked these, and my dad got one a few months ago. My father was cleaning out some of his jerseys, asked if I wanted any, and I took this one. Nice detail on that logo. I'll say that. There's Rosie on top of the next jersey. Okay, what? You're sitting on the next jersey. You're sitting on the next one. Thank you very much. This is the Astros batting practice jersey from when they moved to the American League and went back to orange and blue as their colors. See a little bit of the rainbow here. I know a lot of people like the current Astros blue alternate jerseys. This is essentially that, but it's got Astros across the chest instead of the H logo right here. My dad has one of those with the Astros on it. That's his 2017 World Series Championship jersey. And this is also my father's. Got his number 89 on there, the year he graduated college from Auburn University. Nice. And Rosie left the room. Okay. I guess this was too boring for him. This is a cool one. This is a Braves team-issued jersey from 2006 with the 40th anniversary patch right there. This is a majestic double knit jersey. Look at the quality on the stitching there. There, and there's even the authentication sticker right there. I got this when I was still in high school off of eBay for like $100. Got a nameplate on there. Yeah. You can see even the measurements on the tag. That's pretty cool. By the way, if anyone is interested in any of these jerseys, if you'd like to have any, I'm not against getting rid of any of them. So feel free to reach out if you'd like to. Hold on a second. Okay. This is an Astros authentic Rawlings from the 80s. See the rainbow sleeves. Number 1 on the back. My dad, he custom ordered this one, just got a 1 on the back. Also a double knit jersey, so sort of heavy and high quality. Definitely appreciate that. The blue kind of red stripe down the side. I don't know if you can really tell. The tag's not on there at this point. I think my dad may have cut it off at one point. This is a Braves batting practice jersey from 2014. My dad said he would get me a personalized, authentic batting practice jersey at one point, and he did. I liked 56 at the time because I couldn't decide if my favorite number was 5 or 6, so I just got 56. So pretty cool. This is my authentic Houston Road Cool Base jersey. This is when they went to the Flex Base designs, and these were discounted for like $130 or so. And I got a personalized one. My dad really wishes he'd have gotten one of these. I'd give him this one, but he says 37's not my number. I want 89. Well, do I know what to tell you? Maybe someday if he really wants this, and I'll send it to Bill Henderson or someone like that and get him to put 89 on the back. I don't know. Pretty cool. Just patch right there. Again, a Cool Base jersey. This next one I got the first time I ever went to Minute Maid Park. It's a Shooting Star Nike jersey, cream. It's sort of Cool Base, but not super thick or anything. There's what looks like fake stitching on there, but that's not actually stitched in. I mean, if you look inside the jersey, you can tell. See, it's not stitched in, because otherwise you'd be able to see the stitching coming through, and it's not. These jerseys now, if you buy one now, it'll have the sleeve patch on the side. This one does not. It does have a little bit of Velcro right there, keeping it together, though. It's pretty cool. I wore this one to the World Series game I went to as well. In 2021, World Series Game 2. This is from the only NFL game I've ever been to at the Georgia Dome. The Falcons beat the Buccaneers. And I actually got this before I got any baseball jersey. The Matt Ryan. I don't remember the last time I wore this outside of the house. I'm already not a football fan. I don't like wearing somebody else's name. But it's cool. It says on field right there too. Although this isn't substantial enough to be an on-field jersey. It's a little too thin. Football jerseys are thicker than this, so they can withstand the wear and tear coming from the tackling outside and, of course, the equipment on the inside. All right, let's do this. Here's some wool flannel ones. These are Ebbsfield Flannels ones. Cleveland Buckeyes, 1945. See the World Colored Champions patch right there. Number 10 for catcher Quincy Troop, one of the greatest catchers in baseball history, at least Negro League history. These next three I actually kind of had custom made. Well, this one was a custom design. I just want to keep it simple. I wanted to get a full wool uniform made. These have pants in there too. So if anybody wants these, you'll get a pair of pants with it too. If anybody wants this one, I'll even throw in the hat that I had made. It just has a C on it. It's blue with a C. I have it in the closet. If you want to see that, just let me know. But again, wool flannel. Pretty interesting. This next one, Burlington Bees flannel. Again with pants. The pants don't have this trim on it though. I wish it did. Got my number 37 on it. How I got 37, I will Show you that on a jersey a little later on. So it's a pretty simple story as to how I got that number, and I've just kept it ever since. This is a Winnipeg Whips. I'm sure you can tell whose minor league affiliate or whose parent club this was. I also have the hat that goes with this from Evansville Flannel, so I'll throw that in too if anybody wants this one. This one has pants too, and this one does have the trim on the side of it. So this one's really cool. And then the next one is my last wool jersey, but it's not Evansville Flannels. This one is actually the most recent jersey I've gotten. Yeah, most recent. I showed y'all this one. This is my Astros 1971 flannel jersey with Larry Dierker on the back. I made an exception for wearing somebody else's name on the back here. I felt like for the promotional trip, if I put my own name on the back, it just kind of wouldn't make sense. Since I was going to speak to the Larry Dierker chapter, and he was the base pitcher of the team, and I did have him on the cover of the book. I put him on there. He has gotten a copy of my book, by the way. He told me that at the last Saber meeting over the Zoom. He said he's going to read it and let me know. But pretty cool. Hoping they could get it chain stitched, but they couldn't. It's built more like a fan jersey. You see the lettering is really big and it's too low, not really high enough. I was hoping it would be kind of built more like a pro jersey. But that's okay. And if anybody would like this too, this is available too. Again, any of this stuff, if anybody wants, feel free to just ask. And I can tell you whether or not I'm willing to part with it. This next one's kind of cool. This is an authentic Astros jersey from the 90s. It's a double knit. You can see the good quality stitching on there. It's a little it's fuzzing up a little bit just because it's a little old, but not bad. It's blank on the back. And Astrodome, the original Dome Stadium. This is a Russell Athletic jersey. And for those of you who didn't know, if you read the tag, the back of the tag, Alexander City, Alabama. That is where MLB jerseys were made when Russell had the contract. And so I just kind of make that connection that Russell's where all that stuff happened. In Alexander City, that just happened. Sorry, I had to answer a message. But yeah, and when I'm going on Highway 280, I pass by the plant where these were made and the shop, the store, the Russell Athletic store across the highway. So it'd be really cool if Russell could get the contract again. Yeah, I can almost assure you it won't unless people really push for it. I mean, Russell's not even based in Alexander City anymore. It's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. What a shame. I mean, it was very possible, actually probable, that Major League Baseball players were wearing jerseys, pants, and caps, all made in Alabama. The jerseys and pants made by Russell in Alexander City, and the caps made by New Era in Demopolis. And so, I wish Alabama would go back to that. If I'm governor, maybe I'm going to push for that. This is a jersey of the Columbus Chattahoochee. Not a fan of that name, really, but my father bought this for me at one of the games at Golden Park in Columbus. In their inaugural season in 2021, I was out in the Expedition League, so I did not have this league during my first year umpiring, but my second and third years, I did call in the league this team was in. It was cool, baseball came back to Golden Park. Now it's Synovus Park, and we have true minor league baseball back, not summer college. It was pretty cool. There's stitching. It's stitched on. The outside stitched on. The rest of it's just printed on there. Really cool. Rawlings jersey. Printed tag. 21, because that was the year, 2021. cool jersey. Fits like a pro jersey. I appreciate my dad getting that for me. He certainly did not have to. And I've got two more, and they're actually both pink. Both Pensacola Blue Wahoos pink jerseys. This was their first one. Just a 2-button. It's really big on me, actually. Was it large? Yeah. It's almost like an XL. Nothing. OT. It's the brand that made it. And then the next one is a pullover jersey. This is kind of the White Sox design. See that Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Nothing on the back there either. This is a large. Yeah. This is made by Wilson, actually. And you can see the pullover, so the neck is right there. Yeah, then it doesn't button up. So that's all those jerseys. I have a couple more. A few weeks ago, I got this one. I didn't buy it. I was given it. Because Alternative Baseball had a game that the Atlanta Braves sponsored earlier this year that I was not able to play in because I had to be best man at a wedding. My friend Sheldon's wedding. But in that game, the Braves provided the jerseys. And so I got my name and number on the back of it. That's a Nike, so there's that patch right there. But there's the advertisement patch, and this is also the decorations here are also not stitched on. The back just looks like it's stitched, but there's not even any fake twill stitching. Here there's fake twill, but again it's not actually stitched on, it's just heat pressed on. Tag still on it. So again, I haven't gotten to play in this one. Maybe someday I will, because I do have the matching stirrups. The navy blue stirrups with red and white stripes on them. Of course, Nike hadn't. Yeah, of course, Nike's going to make sure their logo's very nicely embroidered. Not many people are happy with how Nike jerseys are being made. It's supposed to be this upcoming year. They're supposed to be going back to the Majestic Flex base pattern with Nike just putting their logo on it, and they were better than. Be nice if Majestic had the contract again for Russell. I'll show you, I think, 3 more. These are jerseys that were actually mine. All have 37 on them. And I'll go ahead and tell you how I got 37. When I was at Central High School, my 8th grade year, actually, in junior high, the coach we had, real good guy. I respect him immensely. I like the way this fits better. But I like the way this looks better. They're all just double button up at the top. But he wanted to, get me a couple of jerseys and practice shirts and a jacket and all that. And he did. I don't know what the jacket is. I know we have it preserved somewhere. And what he gave me, first he gave me the 2 practice shirts, the red and the black, and then the black jacket, a really nice jacket. And they all had 37 on the back, because I guess that's what an extra number that they had, which was fine. I wasn't concerned about that. And so that's the number they gave me, and I took it. And it had the 37 in the jerseys too. And so I didn't get pants, but I got pretty much everything else as the season went along. Not at the beginning of the season, because I didn't join them until the day before the season started. I ought to talk about that sometime. That'd be an interesting story. But so that's how I got it. Coach Tommy Clarity, he's awesome guy. Best coach I've ever been under, bar none. Solid guy, good Christian guy, and brought me along. He didn't necessarily want to at first because he felt good about how his team was coming along in practice before the season. And he brought me along, and I happened to do really well for him. So he really appreciated it. I wasn't playing. I was just kind of a subordinate figure, but I did really well. And this is my current jersey. My Auburn alternative baseball team were called the Pilots. That's a name I suggested. And Evan had a relative who was a pilot. Evan Crawford, former Toronto Blue Jays pitcher. He's our manager. Auburn, not far from Duck Sanford. There's an airport there, and there's baseball history around the name Pilots. So we got an American flag there. Pilots there on the sleeve. Logo on the back. And my number 37. And it's a pullover jersey, too. By the way, these 3 jerseys I'm keeping. These aren't available. So that is it. This went longer than I wanted it to. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.